It's live time. Saturday morning, December 21st. Colin here, Inside Cycling World. Welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the race series. Today we're at round 2 of the 6-stage event Echelon Racing League. You can see we're sitting on that page right now. I'm probably going to jump into the Category B men, Echelon Community Men Category B. Let me just check my stuff out here, riders. I always like to go on 5 minutes in advance. You can check out the shirt I'm wearing and the hair. Early in the morning here, folks. It is not early for me. I'm generally up 4 a.m., so it's 7:42 in the morning right now. I've got the water going, fueling up. Big day after this, so we're doing this now. And, okay, so that looks good there. We're all good, folks. Let's just make sure everything's streaming good. Yes, looks good, doesn't it? Yes, thank you. So, yeah. Community Men, Category B, Echelon. We did stage 1 on December 7th. And then there was a week off in between. Obviously, there was some kind of scheduling thing going on. That would have been the 14th. So now, December 21st. Now we're going to run every week, 28th, 4th, whatever it is. You look at the schedule. Today is Alcatraz AWOL. Hope you guys all did your recon of this. Even I did yesterday. I hope everyone out there did their recons. Did you? I hope you guys did your recons. It's 3 laps. So I think in the schedule it says 1 lap 30K, but this is going to be 3 laps, roughly just under 10 kilometers per lap. You're going to start on the island of Alcatraz, and in the MyWhoosh world, they've built a bridge that goes across. Actually, I better get into the event, shouldn't I, folks? Let's do that. We're going to jump in now, and I'm starting with the men's B again, because it's got the most cyclists. It's kind of hard to see how many riders are in these beforehand because it doesn't really show the full participation count. Some people are jumping in at the very last second, so it makes it difficult. So yeah, again, Echelon Racing League. Remember, folks, yeah, this is going to be a big group here. Ooh, yeah. So it looks like we've got 32 in the chute right now. What I'll try to do this time is, at the end of this, I'll jump out. Hey, man, check this out. Sponsors, Wahoo. You can see the Echelon Racing promotions at the top here. We've got MyWhoosh, Shimano, Wahoo, big supporter of Project Echelon, and Tacx, another supporter of Project Echelon. So check that out. It's for an incredible cause. That's why we're here. Less than 1 minute to go, folks. Let me just check this out. Okay, that's good. And I'm just going to jump back in, make sure everything's set up perfectly here. I don't know why I changed it to top chat. It should be live chat. You know, I like my live chat up and running. Community, folks. All about building the community. I can't say it enough. I've done it before. Just so you guys know, somewhere else, in another world, in another platform, there's a race going off for a team that I created. It's got 105 people registered for it right now. Started with no one. Started with me. Then a couple of dudes. Here we are. All right, folks. Let's go. Let's look for familiar names. Where's that Joe guy? Where's Joe Meyer? There he is. Here's Joe Meyer. Joe Meyer is kindly dropped into the YouTube channel a few times. I'm not sure if he's jumped into Discord as well, but check out the Inside Cycling World Discord. I do a lot of different stuff there. All the platforms. I shouldn't even say all because I'm not doing all of them. It's just too much work. Too much time commitment. Ooh, Marvin Angarita here, folks. Marvin Angarita in the mix. So remember, folks, 3 laps. You're going to start with a little tour of the Alcatraz Island. You're actually going to go through the cell blocks. So it's really cool how they've incorporated all that stuff in. You'll see at one point we're going to go right down the cell blocks. And you're probably thinking, well, where's all the climbing? There's some little kickers here, there, and everywhere, and that's where the attack point's going to go off. The finish line every time is back on the island. You basically come back onto the island, one corner, and then you can see the finish chute almost. We'll see it on the first lap anyways. After this, riders, full day ahead, and I'm not 100%. I've been nursing a cold. Here we go. Here's some of these rollers, 6% rollers. They're going through a set of them here. So I would imagine by the second lap, definitely the third lap, obliteration right there. Full annihilation, destroy each other. We got a big pack here, 30 riders in the pack. Okay, good. Now there, the dynamic camera is on right now. I just want to check one thing. I'm really struggling with the auto rotate, and it's working today. That's interesting. I wonder if I can rotate it faster. Let's just go to, hey, check this guy's name. His name's Colin. He's got to be cool. Now are we going to auto rotate here? See, the other one did before. Maybe I have to hit that watch. I should have asked someone. I said I would because I've been struggling with this. Maybe you got to turn it off and on. It's just not functioning fully for me. And the only reason I'm showing this is not to rain on the camera's parade. It's just, hey guys, this is what is happening when I'm using it. So let me jump out of there. If I go to settings here, I don't want to do that. If I go to menu, I don't want to do that either. Definitely don't want to do that. I was trying to see. I know Steen Brucegaard told me make sure your dynamic camera's on. It is on. So not really sure what's going on with my system here. Yeah, so we do have a total of 32 riders here. Chris Evans, I think we only had 30 before, so I think we got a couple of late starters here. Yeah, you can see Chris here is quite a ways back. And then we've got a group of 31. Jeff DeGuide, Jamie Furman, Jeremy Shea. I don't know how you say that. It sounds like a French name to me. Probably from Quebec. Eastern Canada Summer, Paul O'Donnell. Joe Meyer, Jeremy, Bryant Kelly, Jamil Alia L, Mark Valancourt. That sounds very French Canadian to me, especially with that C spelling there. You can see it right away, folks. Joe Meyer, Marvin Angarita, superstar cyclist right there, folks. Jonathan Bisson. Okay, folks. Big Joe. They call him Joe. It's just the weirdest nickname I've ever heard. Here's the bridge they designed and built into the platform to get you off the island, across San Francisco Bay, back into downtown. That's the beauty of the virtual worlds. So it was Jonathan last week, Jonathan Bisson. Hey, Jonathan, thanks for friending me and stuff on Facebook. Really appreciate it. I love knowing about the cyclists. And also to his buddies that were in the YouTube live chat, in the stream, giving the information. Such good stuff to know. I really appreciate it. And I interact with everyone as it's going down. David Young, Paul O'Donnell, Scott Cunningham, Joseph Paulson. Here's Marvin again. Let's keep rolling up here. Jose Montero Oviedo. Albert Chan. Again, I think I've heard that name before. Hendrik van der Zandt, Martin Coffey. Possibly related to Paul Coffey. If you guys know who that is, then you really know where I live. Anyone know who Paul Coffey is? Anyone. Look him up. No, don't look him up. You need to know who it is. That's the question of the day, folks, over here at Inside Cycling World. Moving up, folks. No, he doesn't play soccer. He doesn't do that. John Wakefield, Hendrik van der Zandt, Patrick Caldwell. Sitting on the front, we got Brian Van de Grend. Canadian, probably Dutch, maybe Belgian descent. What do you guys think? Let me know in the chat if you're from there. And Johan's in the mix, representing Colombia. Got 22 viewers right now. Hey, Hughes is here. Johannes, I know that. So, okay, Hughes, I apologize. It's like, I actually looked it up online, how to say your name. I know the last part is like Johannes. Chase needs to emphasize on the X. Chakes. Like that, maybe? Johannes, I'm just going to call you Johannes for now. It's probably Hugh, right? I think he's a teammate of Jonathan Bisson. Now, Jonathan walked away from the group last week. Like, basically, you know when you see those videos where it's got two cars side by side, and the dude will say something like, yeah, I walked him. Jonathan walked the Peloton last week. Went on a huge attack and just time trialed away. Apparently, that's his specialty, folks. So, I don't want to give away Jonathan's secrets, or Joe, as those in the know call him. Just goofing around, folks. Just goofing around. I like to have a lot of fun when I do my streams. I like to know the riders. I like the riders to reach out to me. So if any of you riders see this, send me a message afterwards. Anyone. I got to do some fun stuff through the week too. Meeting lots of young riders. SpeedX United, Canadian-based team, continental team, racing in Europe this year coming up. So I've already met some of the young guns. Yeah, really fun. Fun stuff, folks. Remember, this is all in support of Project Echelon, and of course, really good racing too, right? But there's a good cause behind this. Sticking together here. All together, folks. I imagine they're going to be sticking together a long way. And, okay, so we have lost a couple. So I think Chris did start late. Jamie's fallen out of the group somehow. He can see them just up ahead. Jamie's riding hard enough, I think, that he should probably be in that group. Then we got Christoph up ahead. Let's just take a look. I want to make sure that everyone's here and I haven't missed something, folks. No, all still together there. Nice big group at this point. Let's see. Yeah, see, camera rotations. Auto rotate is on, boys. It's on. Not rotating. Don't know why. So I'm just going to leave that alone for now. I'll figure it out afterwards. But actually, after this, I'll stick around as long as I can after this event. Check out that cool looking building there. It's like the watermill or something. Really neat. So I did preview this a couple days ago. As you can see at the top there, we do have, we're on lap 1 of 3. So we will be scooting through. Hey, there's that dynamic camera I want to see. But I don't have any control over it when I want to rotate through. Although it is right now. So I guess maybe you just leave it alone for a little while? Possibly. Okay, so what I'm going to do then is I'm not going to touch anything. Let's go hang out with Marvin. Oh, Marvin's name bounced around. Oh, the bounciness. Please don't do that. Okay, there's Mr. Coffee himself. I'm just going to look for a name here I can follow. There's Martin Coffee. Let's just hang out with Martin here. And it does say I'm watching him. I noticed during the beta race, the beta elimination race, that drop thing, my suggestion, where it says here, watching Martin Coffee, let's move that up too. I know people were talking about it, and it was more impactful on the elimination race because it was right in the middle of the screen. I did watch the entire video later. I think I was watching on Brian White's channel. I think he got second place overall. Yeah, really fun race. Really fun race. So I'm just going to let the camera do its thing for now. And just keep an eye on the group. Climbing here, folks. 5%, probably 6% stuff at times. So it's not like this is just a little cakewalk through the city. You're going to go out into the hills a little bit, do a little bit of climbing. Attacks are going to happen, folks. Joe Meyer up there. We're just going to slowly try to roll our way back here. Sometimes it gets kind of sticky trying to go through the leaderboard. Daniel Newbar, Patrick Caldwell, Marvin Angarita. Okay, Colin Ream here, my namesake. Colin, Inside Cycling World. Just 1 second off the back. Maybe the pace is getting a little too hot from here. Maybe a little bit of an intention. That's how quick it happens, folks. Christoph's going to have to dig huge. John Wakefield's coming up, though. So is Joseph Paulson. Paul O'Donnell, all coming up. They're trying to get back on now. We've got the Airstream here over on the right-hand side of the road. Yeah, look at all the detail, folks. Check out the detail here. Love it. Awesome stuff. You know, so I reconned this yesterday. What was yesterday? I don't even know. It was Friday. I know what it was. I did the OTR Veteran Series. Check that video out, folks. It's up there for you to watch. Great racing. Getting huge turnouts every week. So we finished the 3rd stage of the Christmas mini-series. And, you know, I'd say that turnout might have been a little bit lower. Because it is getting close to Christmas. A lot of people, you know, what was yesterday? Oh, today's the solstice. So today's the 21st. December 20th, most people are shutting down for the next 11, 12, maybe even 15, 16 days like we do here. Almost 2 weeks. I'm going to bounce up. So we got 20. Actually, I don't even know if we have 22 in the front group anymore. Let's bounce right up there. Yeah, I think we got 22 in that front group. Then it's an 8-second gap back here to John, Paul, Joseph, Mark Valancourt, Bryant Kelly, Brian Vandegrind. We got a good group back here, chasing. These guys might be able to work hard and get back on. If not, those guys are going to go hard. Jeff DeGuide, coming up the hill at 3 watts a kilo. Douglas Hackleton. Jamie Furman. Chris Evans. I thought I saw another name there just pop in. Okay, folks, let's get right to the front. We've had a good look through the field. Basically, we've got two large groups. A group of 20, and then I would say a group of like, probably 7 or 8. And then there's a couple of guys just doing their own thing on the back. Watch out for Jonathan here. Or Joe. I would have called him like John. David Young sitting on the front right now. Passing through the big bear statue that's here. Sometimes people don't even know what that is. You're hammering through your sword. And I got to admit, I didn't really notice it. Actually, I did see it yesterday. So I did the OTR virtual events. And then jumped on the bike. Did a super cruisy 1 lap recon. Because you should know the race course. Especially if you're going to talk about it. So I did that. Then I jumped on another platform. Watch out for the bears roaming wild here. And kind of I pushed a little bit harder yesterday. Got to start working on my fitness level. I've spent so much time doing commentary. Like, so much time. It's taken away from my riding time. Jeremy here. So Jeremy sounds like he's probably a teammate of Hugh. I'm just going to stick with you for now. No, is my boy. That's your son? I'm not sure. Okay, so Paul O'Donnell is saying deal. I'm not sure what that means. I was sent here by a rider in the race. Okay, TD Carlo. Hey, TD, who do you know in the race? Let me know who your buddy is. And then Hugh saying again, Dave Garguillo is a cool guy from New York City. Okay, man, good to know. We got a New Yorker here. Let me get back to the race, see where Dave is. See where he is in this pack. C. Esteban Pulgarin. That's Martin. We're just going to cruise down through the field here. Okay, so we did have 22 before. Yeah, it's slowly falling apart, folks. Slowly falling apart. 18 left in that front group. There's no one up the road. So we got 18 in our core group. 5 to 6 seconds back. So we got a group of 3. We got Daniel, Albert Chan, Jamil Elia L. I know I butchered your name, dude. Sorry for that. You should tell me your nickname. Maybe we'll call you Super J. Yeah, Super J. I like that. So here, folks, you can see we're actually heading back onto Alcatraz now. We'll be taking a bridge across the water. Again, recon your routes. You got to do it. I've talked about this a lot on a different platform. I always do a route recon. Sometimes it's just for, hey, what am I getting myself into today? I'll just look at the course. I'll watch the course just like I'm doing right now. I'll see what people are doing. It gives me a better chance to look at that one person and zoom in and see the gradients. Sometimes it's better to go in blind. Anyway, a little bit of downhill here, a few rollers, we'll complete lap 1. Hey, what's up after this? And I am definitely not 100% today. At 10 o'clock, so it's now currently 7:59. At 10 o'clock, I'm climbing the Tourmalet, the 1,450 meter ascent. That high alpine pass, first used at the Tour de France in 1910. A road that was considered impassable until some whack job named Stennes went up there, hiked through it, got hypothermia, was found at 3 a.m. in the morning. No one even wanted to go up there. And then DeGrange was like, sounds good, let's do it. Stennes kind of told him some white lies and said, oh yeah, the road's totally passable, even though he almost died up there. So send the Tour de France guys up with 2 gears on their bikes. Fun stuff, folks. So yeah, here we are through those rollers again. These are good attack points here. Good attack points. Looks like we got the strong 18 rider group. Everyone's really paying attention here. Let's back up to Albert Chan. Oh, they can see them right there, riders. John Wakefield. Oh, sorry. So we got Daniel, Super J, and Albert Chan working together. They might get back on. If the cards go their way, they might get back on. Now I'm going to just jump to the front here. Someone's going off the front now. Jeremy. I'm supposed to say the X better. Chakes. This will be the end of the first lap coming up right here. I believe so. Or we're through it. Yeah, we passed through it, folks. I missed that. If we back up a little bit, let's bounce back to Daniel. So, must be a little further back. I'm just trying to have a good look at it, folks. Okay, so Jamie's too far back. Jeff, where are you, buddy? Where's Jeff here? So he's already on it. So, okay, folks, never mind me. Where I saw the finish line was different yesterday. Maybe they've moved it a tiny bit for this. It's possible. So we got this group of 3 chasing. And looks like the guys up ahead are pulling away now. It was only a 5-second gap before. It's 10, 11 seconds now. That's probably just going to, you know, move around a little bit. Let's get back in the chat here. Scott and Austin Urch. Okay, I seen Austin Urch. Saw Austin's name. Is it Scott Urch as well, or Scott have a different name? Are the fields in the races on right now too? This is from Craig Kent. Are they too small to bother commenting? They're smaller. Does that mean I don't want to commentate them? Absolutely not, dude. Absolutely not. I've commentated races way smaller than this, and the commentary is what brings more people to the races. I mean, this is a simple recipe, really. If you didn't hear earlier, I started a team somewhere else. There was like 2 or 3 of us. Scott Cunningham, seen that name. Thank you, TD. And this morning, before the event starts, it hasn't even started yet. The other event starts at 8:15. They're in Majorca climbing. There was 105 people registered for that event. That's the team that I created, the events I promoted. Gotta promote these races, folks. You gotta promote the community. So what I did last week, Craig, was I did the men's B. And once the men were done, I jumped into the ladies' C, I think it was. It might have been the ladies' B even. I'm only covering B's and C's. That's my gig. So let's have a look around here. Oh, there's Dave Garguillo, straight out of New York City. This guy right here. Hey, Dave. Nice to see you. Now we're looking for Austin. Hey, here's Austin. Call your buddies out for me, guys. Give me some info, where they're from. I remember all this stuff. It goes in, it doesn't come out. So we got Austin here, and here's Scott. Just like you said, TD Carlo. Here's your boys. Martin Coffey again. I haven't seen any comments yet. Who is Paul Coffey? I have not seen it yet. Waiting on an answer. So yeah, the fields are small. This is probably the biggest field for the B's and C's. So there's B men's, B women's, C men's, C women's, and then there's paraclass. Last week when I jumped out, I went straight to C women's. I might go to C men's this week and just see what's going on. I think some of these fields will get bigger over the weeks. Some people are just late to discover it. Okay, so TD saying, I don't know where they're from. I see them stream. Oh, so they're streamers. Okay, cool. Guys I don't even know. So that's cool to know. I'll look them up. I pump out a lot of videos, guys. Actually, I got my YouTube. I guess this is me promoting myself for whatever reason. I got my YouTube yearly update. And for the year 2024, check it out. It doesn't include this one. It doesn't include the one I did yesterday. It doesn't include the 2 I did on Wednesday. 196 video uploads. 2024. Your boy is putting in the work. So that's why I'm going to start doing extra work, get back on the bike more. So the Tourmalet, am I looking forward to it? Yes. Do I feel like I'm going to die? Yes, dude. Do I still want to do it? Yes! Of course I do. It's the Tourmalet, right? Look at this. Sitting on the front. Big Joe himself. Joe sitting on the front. I wonder if these guys are going to pay more attention this week. Because they just let him walk, and he kept walking. Walk the walk, boys. Walk the walk. I loved it. Loved watching that. Christoph here. So... okay, I see. 18 riders in the front. Back to Super J, Daniel, and Albert Chan still together. John Wakefield. Okay, so we could have a couple of groups amalgamate here. The 3 up front, and then this group coming up that looks like to be 2, 4, 6 riders coming up behind them here. Colin Ream, Joseph Paulson, Mark. That would be really good if those 9 could start working together. I'd like to see that. The way it's setting up right now, you know, I've got multiple sprint bunches I'm going to be watching coming into the finish here. Where's my buddy Joe Meyer? Where is Joe Meyer? I'm looking for him. Jump into the chat, folks. I do have a couple of Discord channels set up, so you'll be looking for the Inside Cycling World Discord channel. Here's Joe. I think Joe on YouTube goes by Joe's Guitar Shop, so Is that what it is? So maybe Joe has a guitar shop. Joe, let me know. Marvin Angarita. Yeah, love watching this guy. See him a lot. What's really cool is I see a lot of the big hitters. Ooh, what's going on here, folks? Getting juicy at the front. Patrick Caldwell says, yeah, it's time to turn this baby up. We're just about hitting the halfway point. Maybe Patrick's a little bit sick of sitting around. Patrick Caldwell, Joseph Miller going to the front. There is a bit of a gap, folks. These guys are going to have to start reacting here. Jeremy's reacting right now. David Thompson's going, pushing 8 watts a kilo. Just getting back on, just entering the draft there. So everyone's a little bit more attentive today. Not going to let anyone just walk away from them. Wonder how Joe's going to play this out this week. I mean, he's proven already he's a time trialist. So I love a solo breakaway. Absolutely love a solo breakaway. It's so good. And I love people that chase them. Like, it's so exciting. It's probably the most exciting part of racing to me. Those dudes that go out from a long ways and just hold the power, being pursued by the Peloton, just the time gap coming down the whole way. Awesome stuff. So what I will do here, I'm just going to jump into my chat again for a second. Nice. Let me just catch up here, guys. Hugh's saying, I wonder if Joe will be defensive for the leader jersey or go on the attack. Yeah, I was just talking about that, Hugh, so we'll see. Cy can't race today. Cy, what happened? So Cy was in this group last week, folks. Paul Coffey, NHL legend. Yes, dude. Yes. So Ben Nickerson, I live just north of Calgary, Alberta, Canada, so you understand the Calgary Flames, the Edmonton Oilers, the rivalry. Come on, bro, right? Yeah, Craig. Okay, so I am going to respond to Craig here. Craig, as soon as this one's done, I jump out and I'll find another one to jump into. So I do have access to the B's and C's and Para. I couldn't find the Para at all last week. I don't know why. So I just jumped into one I could find. I want to cover everyone. So right now on MyWhoosh, so recently I've been doing all the OTR events, except this week I was just off for a couple days. So I missed Monday and Tuesday, but I've been doing all the OTR virtual events. Great events, folks. Get in them. You're going to see some big names in there. You're going to see Wouter Clay show up. You're going to see Johan Moreno show up. You're going to see Marvin Angarita show up to those races. Paulo Kirchner, they show up to them. So I'd really like to see some of the bigger names follow what they're doing to grow the community. Guys, my mantra, this has been my mantra forever. Remember, I've grown a community on a different platform. Discord, 300 members strong. Racing right now, I don't know. I'll let you guys know in a second. I'll have to look at it. But the last time I looked, I don't think it'll update live. Anyway, let me just keep talking here, folks. Yeah, TD Carlo, please drop their Twitch names here. Yeah, so Craig, I'll jump into whoever I can find next. For the B's and C's, it's the men's is the big group. And I've done races that have had like 10 people in them in the past. Different platform. And that's fine. I have no problems doing that. I love it. Cy Bradley, Colin, have you dressed up especially for the broadcast? Yes, dude, I have. Thank you. Thank you. Joey Jojo, that's my wife, says I have to be dressier looking. Ben Nickerson would be racing today, but got called into work. Okay, Ben, get back in here. You know your hockey. Let's get it. A lot of hockey fans around here, folks. Yeah, exactly. Steen knows the truth. Cy Bradley, he was told previously by someone not to wear just a t-shirt. Yeah, usually I wear t-shirts. Joey Jojo runs the show around here, so there's that, folks. Still on Joe here. Okay, folks, it's falling apart now. Been too busy in the chat. Joseph Miller on the front. Jeremy, Jose Montero, Oviedo, Scott Cunningham. Guys are pushing hard up on the second lap here. 10.5% here. We had a group of 18. It's just absolutely smashed to pieces right now. Take your carbon bike or your carbon wheels and just smash them on the ground. And that's what's going on here, folks. Take a look at the mini map in the bottom corner there. You know what I'm going to do too, folks? Just so I can help you with your leaderboard a little bit. I will put my face up here. That might help you out a little bit. Here, we're going to put me right there. How's that? You guys let me know what you like. I got to stick watching here now. Jeremy in 7th. Joe Meyer. Get in there, Joe. Get in there. Cheering for Joe. Am I biased? Yes, I am. Why? Because Joe talks to me. Christoph here. Riders, anyone that's on here, anyone that watches here, you can reach out to me at any time. I'm not going to say, hey man, this is my personal time. This is what I do for fun. So you could send me why don't you send me a Christmas message? Facebook, you can find me as Colin Emerson. You can also find me as Inside Cycling World. I think Joey Jojo has another one. She is the mastermind of all that stuff. Do you want to take a look here? Okay, going through the Big Bear again. Group's coming back together, folks. Riders were reacting. We've got 8 riders. Christoph is there too. Patrick Caldwell is with a group here. These guys should be able to get back on this downhill. They're going to have to push extra hard, though, to pull themselves back as the other guys start taking a breather. They should be able to get back on. However, when they get back on, those guys up front are going to be a little bit rested. Maybe they won't even let them do it. Maybe they're just going to say, time to ditch those dudes. So we've got Hendrick back here, Patrick Caldwell. Remember before, Patrick Caldwell was leading out. He tried to make a break in downtown San Fran itself. Remember, folks, no guts, no glory. If you don't push, you're not going to get it. David Thompson, Martin Coffey. So Martin's riding solo by himself. Here's Austin chasing after Martin. We've got Dave Garguillo. I think I'm saying that right. Jason Drummond chasing after Dave. John Wakefield, Jason Mount. Daniel. I don't know why I said Daniel. With Albert Chan here. You know what I really like too, guys, MyWhoosh people, is I really like the variety of the jerseys and the equipment so that everyone kind of has a different look. I really like that. I never feel like I'm looking at the same avatar over and over and over. It happens once in a while. People like certain jerseys. Like I can see a couple of flower jerseys here. Good selection of jerseys. I come from playing a lot of video games. And look at this, Jeremy and Joe. Look at the 2 Canadians sitting on the front. I'm going to ask you again, am I biased? Whoa, no, I'm not at all. Last week, we had 2 Canadians finish 1-2. Joe and, was it Hugh? Hugh, are you here? Let me have a look here. It's Scott and Boosie Enjoyer. Didn't want to just drop names in. Yeah, dude, don't worry about it. I like all the information. I will take a look for them. I used to do a little bit of Twitch. But yeah. I have more control over YouTube. Going back onto the island now. Love these worlds, folks. Check out all the details going on here. So I'm running this, obviously, MyWhoosh HD on a gaming PC. Outside of when I do a big jump. So, like, let's say these guys are at the front, and your boy here, Colin, is riding his level. He's 5 kilometers back at this point. Would I be 5 kilometers back? Okay, I may not be 5 back, but I'll be at least a couple back. I find that when you do the big distance jumps on here, there's a bit of a graphics pop-in. Now, maybe I need to turn up my settings a little bit more. I don't have the settings fully maxed either, if you can believe that. I'm on high settings. I think there's an ultra setting on top. When I'm like, well, it's kind of like a balance of how good do you want the graphics and how good do you want the stream to be. So, okay, we're going to pay attention this time. Since I didn't last time, we're still on lap 2. Where does lap 3 start so we can see the actual finish line? Because it didn't look like it was where I thought it was when I did the recon yesterday. There we go. So we just clicked over into lap 3 there. Okay, I see it. The yellow banner is down in the top, bottom corner there. And you can see on the mini-map. Actually, what I'll do here quickly, if I can jump back to, was it Christoph? These guys. Austin's just coming to the finish line here. Okay, so that is the finish line right there. We just passed under it. Let's go back to Dave for a second. This is the finish line right here, this bluey looking one this time. It's a different banner for finishing because it's Echelon Racing. Okay, I got it, folks. Hey, did I tell you it's still early in the morning here? Still early in the morning. And I'm a little bit sick, so take it easy, boys. Take it easy. Okay, here's Scott. Scott Cunningham just sitting perfect there. Right through the cell blocks here. Right through the cell blocks. Jeremy. Jeremy. Who's this guy? I don't know much about Jeremy, but I'm hoping to get some info. I need insider info. Okay, dude, nice. Hugh says back again. Yes, me and Big Joe last week. Flying somewhere today. Is that what you're saying? Flying to Caribbean? Really? Is that what you're saying? I think that's what you're saying. So yeah, we had a 1-2 Canadian finish last week, folks. Hey, let's spice it up, folks. Oh yeah, there we go. Jeremy, let's get it, dude. Jeremy's going on an attack here. Lap 3, he's like, enough of the dilly-dallying. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Scott's reacting. Joseph Miller. Jeremy's pushing here, folks. Trying to get a bit of a gap. You know, these are brave moves because you never know what's going to happen. It's only a 1-second gap. They could pull you back so easy. Probably just testing them out a little bit. Maybe setting Big Joe up for something. Are these Canadians working together? You know, we are not many, but we are strong. Remember, folks, all of Canada, I think technically we're still less than 40 million people. And Jeremy's done. Jeremy just sacrificed himself there. I'm not sure if that was planned. Did Jeremy just disconnect? He just shut it right down. Okay, so, hey, you know what? Guys, again, early in the morning, feeling off. My brain hurts right now. I just noticed that you can actually search here. So guys, these are things you can learn by watching me, what I call clunking around in software. Past life, I was an exploration geologist. So what people always say, what did you do, Colin? Do you have like a rock hammer? No, I lost my rock hammer right after university. I wish I had. It was a nice hammer. Very little field work. Field work for Colin as an exploration geologist, because I'm just looking at stuff on the walls here, consists of going out to the rig, driving out there, all the field guys looking at me strangely, knowing I'm calling the shots, but not really liking me because I'm not out there at minus 40 with them. I go back to the office. As a geologist, what do? Just so you guys know, subsurface mapping. So I'm mapping 3D geospatial objects. I guess that's what it would be called. Underground. They could be, I don't know, the shallowest I've drilled is probably 750 meters. The deepest I've drilled would be maybe 3,000 meters or 10,000 feet down. Look at this. We got a rider coming the other way. Not sure who that was. Big Joe was sitting on the front again. So let's go back to Jeremy. Okay, Joe Meyer. Yeah, sitting strong, Joe. Nice job, dude. Esteban's here as well. Polgarin. Hendrick's back. So the group of 18, we're down to 11, folks. Christoph. Okay, yeah, okay, here's Jeremy. So Jeremy is going. Did Jeremy have a disconnect? Which would be very unfortunate. 12 riders in the front group. Jeremy looks like he's riding strong enough that I'm going to say that was a disconnect. Yeah, you don't go hard and then shut her down and do nothing and then come back at 4 to 5 watts a kilo. I think there was some kind of technical glitch there for Jeremy, which is very unfortunate. So who do we got left? We've only got one Canadian left up there now. Wow. Let's just keep watching, folks. Let's just keep watching and see how this goes down. Okay. Thank you, Steen. Something blocking in front of the green screen on your right shoulder height. Let me have a look, dude. Let me have a look. Something blocking. Oh, Steen, are you talking about over here? This thing? Let me know. If you are, this is the handlebars of my bike. My bike is right here. Bike's right there. I'm going to slide over. Yeah, you can see the brake lever. This is the brake lever of my bike right here. It's the left brake lever. The right one's just trimmed out. I think that's what you're talking about. It's not perfection over here, folks. Okay, you got her, man. Yeah, sometimes you can see, depends how I set the lighting up, you can actually see the front wheel of my bike. You can't today, I don't think. So I mentioned in another stream, maybe you guys haven't seen them. I don't have the best lighting, so I used an industrial work light, an LED one, with 18 LEDs in it, and I was shining it at me. Then I was hiding behind the monitor. The camera's up high behind me there, ahead of me. But it's the kind of light that you look at it for 15 seconds and all you can see is dots. So I messed around with it yesterday. I messed around. It's so bright. I have the light facing the other way at the wall. It's bouncing up into the wall and just shining like that way. So sometimes weird things show up behind me. The green screen's back here. There's a shelving unit and my bike. So I ride my bike that way. when I do my little broadcast, I'm facing this way. So every time I do this, you can imagine what I have to do. My monitor that I'm looking at, I have to move from over here and move it over here. Put it on a table. Make sure I don't trip over all the wires because it happens virtually every day. Let's get back to the race, folks. Let's not worry about my stupid setup. Joe Miller, Patrick Caldwell, and Patrick's back at the front. So remember, Patrick was one of those riders that was off the back on that climb. So survived the climb, got back on, probably a little bit of a reprieve. Riders up front saying, okay guys, we dropped those 8 or 9. Little did they know, the guys behind were working so hard, they pulled themselves back. Hendrik van der Sand's back up in here. Marvin Angarita. Joe. Guys, 5.5 kilometers to the finish. So I don't think Jonathan's going on a huge breakaway today. Everyone will be watching him very closely. 10 riders, 11 riders in this front group. Looks like we got 11. With Christoph. Okay, it's funny there. It shows that Christoph is 2 seconds back. It must be just the spread in the group. So Christoph is there. 12 riders in the group. Jeremy. Yeah, so I think Jeremy's back in this group. If Jeremy pulled himself back on, amazing. Just the timing I'm looking at right now, it makes it seem like he's behind, but I think Jeremy is in this group. Wow. Can I actually see 12 riders there, 13 riders there? So you can see here, it's saying Jeremy's 5 seconds back. Right here. But he's pretty close. I think this is Jeremy right here. Christoph, Joe Meyer, Esteban, Joe, Joseph, Scott Cunningham, Hendrik, David Thompson. Is that David Thompson? David Thompson, famous explorer in Canada. Kind of opened up the West in Canada way back when. There's an area out here called David Thompson Country, I think is what they call it. Explored a lot of riverways and basically, I guess, passageways through the mountains way back when. Way back when was like yesterday in Europe. For us. It's definitely not. It's only 100, 150 years ago. That's how new Canada is. Canada, less people than California. Or it's about the same, I think. About the same. Second biggest country in the world. Less people than California. Just take that in, folks. Take it in. Actually, I looked a little while ago. I have a lot of friends in the UK through cycling. Pretty sure you can put 6... And I can't remember. I don't know if I did United Kingdom or Great Britain. That always throws me off. I know Ireland doesn't want to be included in that nomenclature or whatever. I think it's like Wales, England, Scotland, right? Am I right? Don't get mad at me if I'm wrong. This is not Geography 101. It's just Colin hanging out. Okay, guys. Climbing here. Who's going to fall out? Last time Patrick struggled a little bit here. It's happening again to Patrick. So Patrick, this is telling me Patrick's obviously a great cyclist, but just these guys up front are putting some heat on him now. Joe is still hanging tight, Joe. Let's get it, dude. Patrick's going to have to hold on, limit the damage, and attack like a beast on the downhill. Beast, demon, whatever you want to call it. There's that Airstream trailer again. Back in vogue. He's got double AC units on top. Smart move, dude. Smart move. Those are the details I see. Okay, Marvin, yeah. From Colombia. Rode the Tour of Colombia. You're not going to drop him on a hill, I'll tell you that right now. Joseph Miller, Joe Meyer, David Young, Hendrik van der Zandt, Scott Cunningham. Scott's getting rammy here. He's going hard over the top of the first little kick. We're on like a series of ramps here. But you can get some good time going here. Like, look at this. He's got like a second gap. Is he going to hold that? I don't think he's going to be able to get away. But we're going to start climbing again. It's attrition. This is the war of attrition here. This is going to hurt those guys that were hanging a little bit further back. So if we go back to, and not picking on him, but yeah, you can see Patrick here. Maybe he takes a little bit longer to wind himself up on the hills. I know I do. And you know what I got to teach myself? To be honest, guys, just so you know, I never stand. I never stand on my bike. I just don't like the feeling of it. It freaks me out. I know the Tacx Neo 2T has a little bit of a wiggle to it. I don't like it. So I rarely stand. When I bought the Tacx Neo 2T, I stopped standing. So I used to sprint, obviously, out of the saddle. I had a Jet Black Volt before, which became the Zwift Hub, which now, whatever they're going to, the Zwift, the Jet Black Victory, which is supposed to be the super trainer, if you can find one. Jet Black, Australian company, quality products. Mine just had a sensor fail way back when. Took it to the shop. Full warranty, but it was going to be forever. Little tiny shop where I live nearby. Like, I walked in. Within 20 minutes, I walked out with a Tacx Neo 2T. Didn't pay anything for it. For 6 months. The guys there, I know them so well. I walk in, it's like, hey, Colin's here. Okay, guys. If they can. They've never once said, hey, man, you got to leave your bike with us. They've never done that to me. It's a little bike shop way out in the country. And when I say way out in the country, it's a Mennonite town. It's about 20 minutes from here. I go there for all my repairs. Things like anything. One of my rear derailleur cable went. Do I want to fix it? No. I just roll in there. They take care of it. So they said, just take the Tacx Neo 2T for now, and we'll figure something out. Well, it was like 6 months before I was like, hey guys, do I need to buy this thing now? Because I knew as soon as I used the Tacx, I wasn't going back. I just like it better. I just don't like that little bit of movement. It's not my thing. I don't feel comfortable. And I've seen other people experience this when they go to like rocker platforms. Kind of freaks me out. But I know I need to climb, to stand on the climbs, because it's, to me, it's basically free power. I'm sitting just using my quads to power my way up hills, like 350, 400 watts, just quads. I'm not using my massive body weight. Joseph here is going for it, folks. Going for it. 4-second gap back to Scott Cunningham, Jose, Jonathan Bisson. So we've got 2 riders out front. You can see them just moving down the corner here to the left. Joseph Miller just going under the banner now. Scott Cunningham. Jonathan, I think, is going to have to put it into TT mode and get after them. Okay, so Scott Cunningham's just 3 seconds ahead. Can Joe hold it? He's got, well, you know what, folks? He's only got 1.3 kilometers to put it into hammer time. Bouncing back to Scott Cunningham. Just see him up ahead there. Joe here can see them. Jose's there. Esteban. So guys have let gaps open. Some guys probably just pushed extra hard over the top. I'm the worst at that. I do my climb, get to the top, and I'm kind of like, whoo. Think about it for a few seconds, and then, okay, let's get pedaling again. If you're smart, you need to hammer, 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 because the other guys are going to do that. Joe Meyer here sitting in 6th place. Nice job, Joe. Nice job. I'm going to move up, folks. I don't want to miss this finish. 700 meters to go. Joe Miller riding solo, being pursued by Scott Cunningham. So we are going to have another solo break. Ooh, but check this out. Jose Montero Oviedo just comes up, catches up with Scott Cunningham, and Jonathan's here. Jonathan, smart racing today, dude. Remember, folks, this is a stage series, and last week's winner is currently sitting in 4th place. He's going to get some huge points here today as well. Finishing high in the standings. You don't have to finish first every time. You just need to finish up there. So awesome move by Joe, going over the top there, slamming his way down that hill. 200 meters to go, folks. Watch for the blue banner coming up here. You can see the banners going across the top. Joe Miller, 1st place. Yes, dude, emote. Perfect, bro. Now here we come. Jose Montero Oviedo, Jonathan Bisson. Looks like Jose has just a little bit more left. Excellent finish for Jonathan, though. Last week's winner. Scott comes in next. Scott Cunningham. Joe Meyer. 5th place, Joe. Awesome stuff. Just ahead of Marvin Angarita. Nice moves. Hendricks in as well. David Young's in. Wow, they're all here, folks. Esteban. I got to back up a little bit. So Patrick Caldwell's finished. So we got 10 riders in already. See on the leaderboard over here. Let me just check my screen. Let me move me over, folks. Yeah, we'll just put me here. Good enough for now. I know, you want to see more of me, but you're not going to get that. David Thompson coming in next. Christoph will get 11th place. Sorry, 12th. David Thompson gets 11th. Christoph coming in. Jeremy. See, Jeremy's back, so I think Jeremy had a huge technical there. Jeremy might have been on a race-winning move. Jeremy, I'm pulling for you, bro. We need to see you next week. So someone let me know what happened. Maybe Hugh knows what happens. Here comes Austin Urch coming in as well. I'm going to have to check out his Twitch stream. So yeah, I used to be a Twitch streamer. Did a little bit of it. Had it growing. But my stream setup was terrible. And I had some admirers. Let's just leave it at that. So I didn't like that. Jeremy's 13th. So that's going to put Austin in 14th. We got Mr. Martin Coffee coming in next. So guys, as soon as I'm done here, I'm going to bounce to something else. We're currently only at 8:31. Remember, 1 hour and 29 minutes from now, I'm climbing the Tourmalet. Do I look like a lightweight climber? Do I look pesky? No. That's my thing, folks. Dave Garguillo, New York City. Here we go. Pesky lightweight climbers. Do I look like I weigh 60 kilograms? Nah. 70? Nah. 80? Nah. 90? Around there. So the Tourmalet is going to be a big ascent for me today. I've actually never done it. Check out the channel though. I made a flight sim video showing you the details of the climb. And what's even cooler is I found a video that I'm going to ride up it. Dave's coming in next in 15th place. Jason Drummond here, who should get 16th. Oh, sorry folks. I bounced my numbers around. Jason's going to get 17th, I believe. Jason, are you at the finish yet? Jason's just coming through the finish line. Jason gets 17th place. Just rolling the leaderboard down. We got the second Jason coming in, double J's. Then we got John coming in next. Yeah, so I did a flight sim video of the Tourmalet. I did a little bit of talking about it, yada, 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 that kind of stuff, fun stuff. And it's like, well, yeah, I've done the Tourmalet. I looked it up. I've never done the Tourmalet. John Wakefield here with Daniel. They had a little bit of a sprint battle. Albert's there as well. Those three were together the whole route, it seemed. Okay, folks. Yeah, 20. So, yeah, John Wakefield, 19th. Daniel, 20th. Albert Chan, 21st. Again, so I'll get back on track here. As soon as this is done, I'll jump to another race and see what I can catch. So, obviously, I'm thinking the B men are going to be faster than the C ladies. The B ladies probably is faster than the C men. It just depends who shows up. I think it was last week, though. I think there was only like 8 or 9 women in the women's B. So, here we go. Mark's going for it. Colin's going for it. Colin at the front here. 10 watts a kilo. But look at Joseph Paulson. 14 watts a kilo there. Coming over his shoulder. He wants 22nd place. Joseph takes it. Colin gets 23rd. Mark will take 24th. Let's just check the standings here. Mark 22nd. Oh, sorry. Joseph 22nd. Colin 23rd. Mark Valancourt 24th. Super J is coming in next with Bryant Kelly, another Canadian. I think Canada is pretty well represented here today, folks. And you know, Jeremy, I'm saying he could have been top 5. Something weird happened there. To go from that kind of power output to just 0. Okay, Super J is going for it here. Holding off Bryant Kelly. 25th, 26th place. Nice job, guys. Nice job. Going to bounce back a little bit more. Okay, so Paul's coming in next. Paul O'Donnell. Paul O'Donnell will get 27th. Great job. Brian Van de Grande. Sorry, he's the Canadian, by way... Oh, that's what I'm saying. Canadian by way of somewhere in Belgium. Somewhere in the Netherlands. They always used to say that in boxing fights. By way of... Training out of... By way of... Tell me I've watched too much boxing or MMA in my life. So 27th place will be going to Brian. Jamie Furman's just coming to the bridge now. Then we got Jeff DeGuide. Jeff's coming down the backside of the hill. Douglas Hackleton still going up the hill. And then we got Chris Evans out there. Chris was the rider who I think started really late. So good to see them out here. Continuing on, guys. Just give her. So I think what I might do, if there's a big gap, I'm going to jump into another class. So let me just get back through here. So here comes Jamie coming in now for 29th place. And, you know, you just have to give me a second. When I jump out, you're not going to see a flashy screen. And then I'm going to come back on late or something like that. I'm just going to go back into the menu and click on one and jump in. Just like seat of the pants, winging it, folks. 0 scripts. But yeah, guys, you need to check out some of the community racing on MyWhoosh. I've been really supporting it. Again, we've done OTR virtual events. They have 3 different series going. The Christmas one just ended, the Veteran Series. That's an age group one. They've got the Get Started Racing one and the Flaming Fast Racing on Tuesdays. I covered all of them. And there's riders this caliber showing up. Maybe you don't know that. Maybe you need to know that and come on out and race. Okay, so that puts Jamie Furman in 29th. Just going to hang out here with Jeff for a second. Check the chat out. Steen's got a good eye catching the breaks there. So Steen, yeah, I have to move everything over there. I have my VACMASTER sitting up here. It's like right at face level. And then I think for the Tourmalet today, I'm going to put a secondary fan on blowing from behind. I will be wearing my new jersey that a good friend from Scotland sent me, Stephen Cycles, who does race on MyWhoosh right now on the OTR events. He sent it to me. He helped me do the video, just so you guys know. Sai saying, he says, I know I'm biased, but great that riders have a chance to fight back on. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Those guys came back and fought their way back front. The climb is super interesting and technical. Gives people who knows the dynamics a chance to survive against big guns. Yeah, exactly. That's what I like, Sai, is that I find... Now, some of the roads are, like, say, like Jebel Jais, Jebel Hafit. Those are like, the road is what the road is. But the rest of these roads have been designed by the developers with the thought of, how do we provide an entertaining race route that suits cycling? That's how I look at it. Like, I see on some of the routes, I'm like, why are these little bumps here? Because they're places to attack. It's designed that way. It's not just a long, flat, boring road like in real life. Those roads weren't built with us in mind. They weren't thinking, how good of a bike race can we make out of this? It's an afterthought. We just put cyclists on there, and then it turns into a good bike race sometimes. Other times it's completely boring. So the beauty of these virtual roads is that they're designed with cycling in mind. Just, why is that bridge there? Like, I think it's, I don't know, it's one of the Colombian routes. I don't know if it's Amazonia or... Anyway, one of them, I did it on OTR a few weeks back. When I say I did it, I covered the race. And there's just a series of these bridges that are like 7 and 8% over and over and over. And the bridges just destroy you. Because everyone's going full gas, all out, full send on those bridges. So the group of 20 becomes 19, becomes 18, becomes 17. Hey guys, I do want to just promote it too, that some of those OTR events, we're getting 50 plus riders now. When I started, I think we were like 10. So it's growing fast. If you guys want to race, you want to show what you can do on the bike, you want to drop some watts, you want to sprint, you want to attack on the climbs, it's all going off there. Just show up, jump into the chat, let me know you're here, send me some messages. That's how I keep going doing this, folks. So it looks like finishing up now. Jeff just finished. Douglas Hackleton here is a little ways back, so he's going to get 31st place. He's a kilometer and a bit to the finish. And then Chris Evans will finish 32nd. Guys, what I'm going to do... So, these guys' places are pretty much determined. This is how I do all my videos. Once I know, okay, it's all settled out. These guys aren't quitters. They're going to finish, score some points, times, and let's move on. So, this is how you do it, folks. I'm going to jump out of here. Just give me a second. Continue the talking. So we're going to jump back to the events here, and hopefully I can still get in. So that's the Cat B men's. Let's see what this one is. Cat B women. Let's watch this. Now, I'm sure some of them are done now because they're fast. But let's just see. Because someone asked before, is it not worthwhile watching those? It's absolutely worthwhile watching them. You know, and from my other platform stuff, I've never actually done a woman's only race. So you can see here, the women's race is a lot smaller, and they're done. These women are fast. Isabella Polichev, Camila Durancy Gonzalez, Serena Vittori, Alejandra, Lorena, Randy, Kristen Hole, Kathy Collins. They're done. They're finished. So It's hard for me to cover all of them, right? So we're going to jump out again into that. I think we should look at men's C. Because I think there'll be a lot of guys in that one. So let me just try again. I think it's this third one. Maybe it's the fourth one. Okay, so I can't go into premium. It's not my thing. I'm actually, today, kind of struggling to find it. Like, so that's Cat B women. Cat C women. Where is the cat? Just bear with me, guys. Like, it's changed. Like, see here, it says the categories are changing on me, so I'm struggling to find out which one I'm in. Okay, that's qualifying stuff. I'm not part of that. Premium. Let's just have a look. Women Cat C. Let's jump in. I can't see men's Cat C for some reason. I think they're kind of changing, and it's just difficult for me to see it. Remember, guys, seat of the pants, winging it. Although, I put out 196 videos this year. 197! Actually, it's probably at 200 now. So you can see here. It looks like these women are all done. 12. Actually, no, we still got riders out there. So let's take a look. Laura Taconis, Kim Bonilla, 52 minutes completed. Good time, I think. Kim Bonilla, Stefania Sanchez, Valentina Desene, Rosalina Barragan, Tatiana Sanchez, KJ Phillips from Coalition, Maria Elvia Wilhelm, Palma Mongeli, Susan Clark, Alicia Borso, and then Dominique Charlebois. It looks like, yeah, we still have some riders out there. Susan Clark's done, so it looks like Elena's coming in next in will be 13th place. Angie will be in 14th place. And Brianna, from where she's sitting here, never actually got started. Probably had a disaster at home. So I'm going to jump out of that. I'm really going to try hard. You know, men's Cat C is probably done too. So why can't we see them all? Because they all start at the same time. Men's B, men's C, women's B, women's C, para all start at the exact same time. So it's kind of like you got to pick what you can. I'm just hoping to see that's women's C there. I'm going to go through all of them. Women B, they're done. Men B. Women's C again. So it's almost like women's C shows up twice. I'm going to just take a look and see. Now it's B. Anyways, riders, I think it's going to be very difficult for me to find it right now. Okay, let's see. I'm just going to catch up with the chat here. Yeah, it's a great climb, Si. Like I actually did the recon yesterday. I took it like super chill. I only did one lap. Thought that's all I needed to see, but it's a great climb. That course is very well designed. Even with the rollers, when you're first leaving Alcatraz, great attack points. The climb, you know, you don't really think about it. When you look at the details, you're like, oh, it doesn't seem... Yeah, it's a good little climb. But a good downhill for people to get back on, too. Joe's Guitar Shop. Men's Cat B user. Yeah, Joe, great finish today. You hung right with the front today. So remember, riders, we're doing this all again next Thursday. Sorry, I don't know why I said that. Next Saturday. How that word just came out. Probably because I was grabbing my phone here to look and see. It's now 8:44 in the morning for me. I'm climbing the Tourmalet. 19 point something kilometers. 1,453 meters of climbing. So that tells me it's essentially a 7% grade all the way. And just in case you guys are interested, it's not the modern Tourmalet. So part of it is about 2/3 of the way up after the boring stuff. Like the first parts of the Tourmalet are just a valley climb. You're just driving through little towns, not a big deal. But there comes a point where you're going to swing off to the right. What is that little part? There's a barricade there. I found the video that has it. That's the Voie Laurent-Fignon. So it's actually an old part of the original climb that's now shut down to traffic. The names of the cyclists are still painted on the road. So cool. We all know who Laurent Fignon is. If you don't, look him up. Two-time Tour de France champion. Probably could have been a 3-time champion, but Mr. Greg LeMond came along with aerodynamics and aero bars and blew him out of the water. Laurent had his ponytail flapping in the breeze with his big professor's glasses on. Rest in peace, Laurent Fignon. So yeah, I'm going to be cycling up the Voie Laurent Fignon today, taking in the scenery, and then we cut back onto the main Tourmalet climb, continue our way to the top. Remember, this route was first climbed in 1910 on dudes that had 2 gears on their bike. How did they change gear? Oh, you hit that button. No, you don't. Oh, you hit your mechanical. No, you don't. You take your back wheel off and flip it around because there was a cog on each side of the wheel. That's how they changed gears. What were they riding? Oh, let's talk about that for a second. Their low gear, 44, 18. 44, 18. Just take that in for a while of riding a 7% grade for 20 kilometers. Like, these guys were like heroes pretty much. Okay, yeah, they had to walk after a while, but that's the way it was. Anyways, riders, appreciate you watching. 8:47. I need some time to get ready here. It's also set up for Christmas Day. I haven't found all the ornaments yet. I've been told they're here. They're not down here. Trust me. I know. So this is Colin, Inside Cycling World, live from the 10x10 cube of just pure motivation and pumping you riders up. Guys, please support the channel if you can. I'm on my membership drive. Please consider becoming a member. I'm all about growing community racing. I think the community is the big thing. And my mantra is no community, no product. No community, no product. It's just easy to say that over and over and over. Yeah, thanks, Joe. That was a really good race, wasn't it? Appreciate you commenting. JJ just finished the men's Cat B first ERL, and it was a blast. Thanks for giving everyone great coverage. Yeah, thanks, JJ. Thank you for racing. That's what it's all about, right? Yeah, it's community. Community. That's your product. I guess the community is 99% of the product. Like, and when I say community, I mean average Joes. I'm a total average Joe. My best FTP was for 20 minutes was 318 watts, probably 9 months ago. Now it's probably barely 270. So I'm going to start riding my bike more and try to do as much commentary as I can, but it really takes away from my riding time. Anyways, riders, enough about me. It's all about you. It's all about the cycling. I'm going to jump. Thanks for watching. Leave some comments. Please like the stream. That's the only way other riders get to see it. I know it's annoying to click that little thumb button, but it gets shared to other people, and then maybe my channel stands a chance of surviving. Awesome stuff, riders. I'll see you again next Saturday, not Thursday. See you guys soon.